They got 5 minutes. They're gonna start setting up right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, we have a match between, on the left, Lawrence of Arabia's team, the Psychriatic Ward. And on the right, the Russian side, we have Yaksa's team, Warrior Sim. It's going to be the same as yesterday, same map. Oh, they're ready trash talk. We love to see that. It's the same map. So all of the round of 8 matches, we can pull up the bracket here. All the round of 8 matches are played on the same map, on the Napoleonic Warfare map. We saw yesterday, NA Comp defeated OnlyTurks, and now we're on the bottom of the bracket, seeing the Psychriatic Ward versus Warrior Sim. And with us today, we have a co-caster. We have King Bro, which is the 6th player of the Psychriatic Ward, but the rules are if one player is missing, then they have to play with 1 player dropped. Okay, so they do need 5 players to play a game, and it's if one side has 5 players and the other doesn't, the other team needs to drop a player. Unfortunately, the captain chose King Bro.
I have been there. It's fine. I got a pretty good consolation prize casting with you here, Habibi.
Yeah, you get to cast the game.
We're casting the game.
We're casting.
One thing we can see immediately is that compared to last game, none of them are doing the funny 4 mil ideas.
Okay, so all of them are choosing to go with just a Diplo idea as their last idea group.
Yes, indeed.
Diplomatic on Russia, innovative espionage influence, and then quantity on Austria. A lot of building already happening. You can hear that everyone's already building so much. I mean, you start with a big chunk of change, 25k on everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I was asked to install an auto clicker to be a co-op, and I understand why.
Oh yeah.
Because, yeah, this is like in terms of the you need a second player, especially on the big nations like France or Russia, for all the deving as well.
Yeah. Let's see France ideas. Okay, France went infrastructure, quantity, defensive, espionage. We nerfed infrastructure before the beginning of the tournament, but he's going with quantity, defensive, quality. Okay, I don't see anything entirely special here, but we already see a lot of different idea groups on a lot of the nations here. Infrastructure, though, I think... Okay, no, Italy did not choose infrastructure, but everyone on the French side, except for Italy, chose infrastructure ideas. Let's take a look at the Russian side. No infrastructure ideas on Britain, infrastructure ideas on Prussia, infrastructure ideas on Austria, and no infrastructure ideas on Russia. Okay. Infrastructure ideas is low-key really strong because of the construction time. This is like the best thing in infrastructure, not even the dev cost, because there's other idea groups that have dev costs in this mod. Like, for example, administrative ideas, which we can see Italy went for, also has 10 dev cost. And there's other ways to get dev as well.
Yeah, dev cost isn't that difficult to obtain. Basically, everybody has 3 dev cost, or 3 points to dev.
Yeah, it's pretty. If you have the points to dev, people are gonna be deving a lot. And I'm gonna now go to the other players and tell them that the time is up. Okay, I'm starting the game. I'm starting the game. I'm starting the game, guys. Starting the game.
Yeah. All right, we're ready.
Wait, did I hear myself? Wait, test. Blah, 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 blah. Someone stream cheating? I heard my own voice.
Oh, what? Not me.
That what was very... Okay, alright. I thought I heard my own voice. I'm gonna pop in there randomly. I heard my own voice. Was I tripping? Alright, I'm gonna start the game now. Speed 3 for the build-up phase. It's a 7-year build-up phase, so 1806. The war can go.
Yep. I'm very curious. Yeah, go ahead.
Someone chat has asked, do we get a poll? I'll do the poll when we're closer to war, just like I did yesterday, to give time for people to come in. I really hope no one's stream cheating. I didn't have to do stream delays on the other tournaments, and there was some accusations, but nothing was proven. Does that donation page work for anyone else? Yeah, it works. Does it not work for you? I'm not gonna put a stream delay. If you're cheating in a friendly tournament, this is so cringe, dude. Hitting you with a 4v4. What country are you in? Some countries can't access stream elements. UK. It's even less than $20. It's even less. I mean, right now the prize pool's 100. It could increase. But yeah, it's winner takes all. It's 6 players on each team, so it's even less because there's co-ops. All right, let's introduce our players. On the Psychriatic ward, we have the captain and co-op, Duxa and Lawrence of Arabia. Lawrence of Arabia was one that casted yesterday's game with us. He's on the French Republic, and they chose the French to get the co-op, which is very standard. France and Russia are the ones that get the co-op. Next, we have Rhine Confederation, played by who's playing the Rhine? Lavi Labram. Oh, you guys know Labram, the Swiss player in my Venice run. And then on Italy, Napoleonic Italy, we have Putiling. And then on Spain, we have Benz, Uncle Benz. On the Russian side, for Warrior Sim, we have Fry. Thank you for the sub. Fry. On Prussia, Total War Machine. On Austria, which is actually the captain. And Sir Kane on Great Britain. Then we have Curly and Ramsey. War Sim number 1. On Russia. So the captain's actually on Austria. Total War Machine. He's on Austria. And meanwhile, the captain's on France. So a little bit of a switch up. Yesterday we saw the captains both on the big nations. The nations aren't equal in this mod. Keep in mind that all of the other nations start, I believe, at like 500 dev. A little bit less on some others. While France and Russia both start at 1,000 dev. So they're definitely the big nations. And Putiling is lagging the game. What?
Speed 2? And yeah, it would make sense to have the captains on the big nations, right?
Yeah, for sure. We can see already the naval buildups happening here because people are going to start privateering each other, which is basically the meta. Meta started by Cruder Badwolf. He was the first player to do that in the 1v1s. Just instead of focusing on trade, you just privateer the other person. Whoa, UK is already building an army.
Yeah. So is France.
Oh! Oh, Elif, yeah! What, you're joking! I gotta confirm this is real. Real quick. On my screen it said $400 dono.
Holy sh...
Yeah, you can say that again. $400 dono here. Go to the dashboard. Make sure. Yeah, $400, dude. Oh, that's going to the prize pool. It's now officially a $500 EU4 tournament. Jeez.
Yeah, and that means almost $100 per player.
Yeah.
So the stakes are way higher now.
The stakes are way higher, dude. Holy, $500 prize pool. Now that's the headline. $500 prize pool EU4 tournament. 100 is like, okay. But now they're gonna stream cheat. I'm gonna have to put a. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think at least anybody on the Lawrence team. I wouldn't think so. I don't know the people on the other ones.
I heard my voice.
But I mean, they're good. They're all good
that.
people.
Please don't stream cheat, guys. Please. I'll put a delay after this game. But I mean, it's pretty. Like, what are you gonna stream cheat, dude? The front lines, you can all see them. I guess you get me shouting, saying, "Oh, they're doing this," or maybe a sneaky play if they want to say for a sneaky play. But you can just play very straightforward, have the better build up, and just like cut better and out micro your opponents. There's not really a big information war here. As a matter of fact, because we are in tech 30, well 32 even, you have the ability to infiltrate administration. 32, which lets you see all movements.
Yeah, I'm very interested. You spoke of the techs of what they're gonna do. Because Navy in this is super important, right? For the French, it's to rush down the UK, and for the others, it's obviously to defend the UK because he's isolated from his allies. So I'm very curious to see if they're gonna rush Diplotech for it.
Yeah, and it's Diplotech. Not only that, in this mod, being ahead on time on technologies on admin and Diplo gives small military bonuses. So you don't want to fall too behind. I mean, if you're deving really big, you know, and it's helping you with with money and stuff like that. It could be really good. Immediately, Ryan Confederation actually #1 eco. GB is struggling right now. GB is struggling on income. He's already gone to almost his force limit.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, this early, that's a bit of a misplay in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a lot of troops and a lot of money being used. But yeah, for the age bonus, naval engagement is really huge here. If you want to win Navy, yeah, and you also have the special units as well. So
yeah, you have both. But the global engagement with is probably the better one. At least for like as a first. Yeah. It's funny because I know what Lawrence's team is gonna do. Obviously.
Do you want to share it with us?
See.
Actually, don't share it. Don't share it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna share it for obvious reasons, but I mean, like Habibi, you're smart. I think you have an idea of what they're doing.
I think so, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, I think we're going to have a pretty interesting game here. Will the UK be able to hold? The thing is, the other sides on the Russia side don't have like good bonuses for Navy. It's only literally GB who can build a Navy on the Russian side.
Yeah, exactly.
But GB does have huge naval buffs. If
it
you're
does
playing
have
GB,
huge naval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got like heavy ship combat ability. You got morale of navies. You got hull size. You got ship cost. You got penalty from landing. Yearly naval tradition. Is he exploring? Yeah, he's exploring. Okay. So they're exploring. Exploring is very important in this mod if you're focusing Navy, because exploring gives Navy tradition.
And Navy tradition wins battles.
And Navy tradition.
But in this case, it's still tough for UK though, because he has the better ideas. But keep in mind, it's basically a 1v3 for him, because like both France, Italy, and Spain can build ships.
Yeah. I mean, if he can get like a little bit of help, could make a difference. You can already see 180 transports here. It might be the strategy that he's going to just leave UK, but what if the French side makes a claim on England day one? Yesterday we saw that France full occupied UK, but the claim was in Zara. So, you know, it's gonna be really tough. It's gonna be really tough to hold UK. In this mod, UK is the hardest nation to play. Not only do you have to 1v3 Navy, you also have to like help your friends on the ground.
Yeah, it's deceptively difficult. Plus you have 3 straits in this case to defend, which of course makes it harder.
You know, if Prussia builds the dockyard buildings and the shipyard buildings, keep in mind that dockyards and shipyards are free buildings in terms of building slots. If they both build those buildings, they can muster up a navy as well. It's not going to be at the same level as Spain or Italy because they have more ports. But yeah, let's take a quick look at the build-up. Yeah, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, Italy also has galley combat ability, so he has some sort of naval ideas as well. I mean, yeah, but the main naval controller for France is Spain, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's look at the build-up real quick. I noticed that Russia went church buildings. That seems like the meta. You just max out your church buildings. Then usually people either do production buildings or they go universities. We can see Russia opted for universities. And then he's now doing manufactories. Let's take a quick look at Prussia. Prussia is going, he went for, because he took infrastructure ideas, he's already built up a lot of things, more so than Russia, who's still building his manufactories. But it's the same thing here. It's churches, actually. He's just building churches. He's not even building the upgraded grand cathedrals.
Yeah.
He's just building churches here.
That seems to be the meta.
Yeah.
Because that's what France did as well.
Yeah, just churches for the dev costs from estates.
Yeah, and also, I mean, France is Catholic, so he has the funny estate privilege.
Yeah, and they have to invest to get the papal seat here, which none of them are doing right now. But they're going to have to do that if they want to choose the diet, which the Pope is going to choose something cursed, probably like cardinals spread institutions. Yeah. And then on Austria, we can see also the same build-up. So yeah, it's kind of like a meta here being involved. GB is different though. He went for the grand shipyards. This is going to give him the naval force limit. But what we learned yesterday is that if you don't build the dockyards, you're going to have a sailors problem. And you can already see this is happening on GB. We're 5 years, less than 5 years away from war. Actually, 4 years away from war. And he's already below his sailors, and he's only recouping 100 a month. Italy's,
yeah, that's already pretty big.
Italy's creeping. He's just looking around, looking at GB's boats. I think chat knows what's gonna happen here.
Chat always knows. GB also made the mistake of not taking his Gov reform, the 5th one, Royal Marines, because that gives plus 150 sailors recovery speed when he slackens manpower. And so for him, that's pretty big, right?
All right, chat. I'm gonna put the prediction up in chat right now.
Hey, I want to vote.
Who wins this 1v1? Outcome 1, the Psychriatic board, Warrior Sim. All right, I'm gonna put that up for 15 minutes. Okay, just so to recap, the Psychiatric Ward is France, Warrior Sim is on Russia. It's basically these 3 nations, these 4 nations versus these 4 nations. You can see it right here. This is the Russia side, this is the French side. And I'm saying Russia and French side because those are the 2 big nations. Those are the 2 big dogs. BB is now
there
getting...
goes the Spanish Navy.
Spanish is also building up his navy as well. Okay,
Yeah.
We're going into 3 years. Okay, now we can see huge military buildup. The Rhineland with a lot of troops.
I mean, Rhineland has 1 million manpower already, so does France.
They're building up.
Yeah, Spain and Italy are a bit behind, but they should reach that at some point, maybe.
Dad, a lot of people are believing in the French side here. A lot of people are believing in the French side here. The odds are looking really good. If Warrior Sim takes this, you could win a lot of points, or you could lose them all. That's how gambling works, Chad. Don't gamble.
Always gamble. That's how I play Broken Arrow, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, just always gamble.
Always gamble. Can I join game as colony? By the way, I'm getting news on my G game because this is normally on Thursdays at my G game. UA player is sick, so he had a sub. The Jin attacked UA with me, my nation G helping UA. He took some battles and absolutely wiped UA. And then now the UA sub rage quit, so they had to get another sub. And now Jin is messaging Z and telling him to split UA in half with Jin.
Always happens when you're away, doesn't it?
Yep.
Ooh, wait.
GB's, he's having money issues. How's his trade looking? It's
Oh,
getting
yeah,
tough.
wait.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I totally...
It's not looking
Yeah,
good here. This is like a 3-way split. It's not the English channel. It's the English French Rhine channel.
Hey, is Lawrence doing the thing he said he was doing? Oh yeah, he's doing it. I'll tell you after the game's over.
I hope it's not an exploit, but we can see right now from the building map mode, something's getting cooked on the Navy side.
Yeah, they're...
Elif, yeah, donated $400, so the prize pool's now $500 for first place. It's winner takes all. It's winner takes all. Let's take a quick look at their ideas, the ideas they chose: offensive, espionage, economic, innovative, quantity, expansion, plutocratic. So We're not seeing like a damage build on Russia. He's going with infantry and cannons, very standard. Not doing the cav play of the Turks did yesterday. And also, no one went for a fourth military idea. Is you see Smeev? It's not actually Smeev. Sir Kane is not Smeev. He uses the gecko profile picture, but that's not Smeev. Austria went for defensive, economic infrastructure, quality, innovative, espionage, influence, quantity. Okay, going for a infantry morale build with a little bit of defensiveness because he is the front line. Greedy forts, only forting the front line here. And but Prussia has two layers.
Italy has no forts. Oh, now he just built them. Wait, did he? Wait, fuck, I have the
cav build was super good. It just bankrupted Russia because he's running like 500 cav or something. But the cav build was super good yesterday, and they were doing 2-to-1 casualties. You know, and the Turks cooked up that strategy in a very short amount of time. And in their practice match, the Turks actually beat Lawrence's team with using that strategy.
Yeah, no, it was impressive, honestly, because they didn't know the mod very well.
They're really good players. That's why I was saying, like, if they knew the mod well, they would definitely be contenders for winners. But, like, there's something I was talking with Berg before the stream, is that the Turkish team, like, in terms of just, like, EU4 MP skill, were, like, definitely, like, one of the strongest teams. All of the players do well in EU4 MP games. But like they don't know the mod, and knowing the mod is pretty important because, you know, like going for a fourth mill idea, like, yeah, you do more damage, but then you don't dev as much mill, which hurt them economically because they had less force limit, and then also and less manpower, and then also GB just not playing Navy at all. Like they didn't even commit. France and Spain didn't even commit that hard to Navy. It's just GB didn't commit enough. He wasn't even at his naval force limit. Let's take a quick look at GB. Yeah, you see here, GB is above his naval force limit. He's not at it, he's above it. Which is what you gotta do as GB. You gotta do that as GB. And oh my god, Italy is building a huge navy. 151 galleys.
Yeah. And this is where it's gonna be like that. That's where the fight is gonna be, in my opinion. It's on the seas, because it depends if GB can hold.
He does have 180 transports, which he has them on the Russia side. So I think he's afraid of getting D-Day, or Sea Lion, sorry. D-Day would be the other way. He's afraid of getting Operation Sea Lion by the French side. I don't think Napoleon called it that. But that's what everyone calls it. So yeah, like he's prepared to evacuate even if he has to.
Yeah, GB's manpower is also really low.
He didn't go for a manpower build. He went for just like, well, he did go for quantity, huh?
Oh, he's still building the manpower buildings, so maybe that's still getting finished.
And he's deving mill now. You can see that he just spent 600 on deving mill, just got 100k manpower like that. We're 2 years away from war, chat. Let's finish up looking at the ideas. Prussia went for plutocratic, innovative, infrastructure, offensive, quality, court, economic influence. So just like infantry combat ability, no quantity ideas on them. And then Austria we already looked at. GB went for innovative, maritime, plutocratic, quantity, expansion, offensive, diplomatic, economic. Rhine Confederation went for innovative, quantity, mercenary. Oh, mercenary ideas.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, mercenary ideas.
Mercenary ideas are interesting. I think they don't care about the mercs. It's the before last idea that's important. On the mercenary ideas, it's the reinforced speed and reinforced cost.
Yeah, and then you also have morale damage in there received, and manpower recovery speed, and 10 infantry combat ability.
Yeah.
So it's like overall, it's not like just about mercenaries. There's a lot of ideas related to mercenaries. I mean, even the 25 military advisor is great. He's running a level 5 advisor for 7 ducats. And then on Italy, we see a quantity, economic, plutocratic, influence, innovative, offensive, admin, maritime. Okay, so no defensive ideas on Italy. And then on France, we have infrastructure, quantity, defensive, espionage, religious, quality, innovative, maritime. Okay, very similar. Offensive, espionage, influence, innovative, infrastructure, quality, quantity, maritime on Spain. So 3 guys went maritime.
Yeah. This now gives you an idea of what I was alluding to before of what their strat is.
So yes, chat. They have the rules of the engagement. I'll just say them again for people who didn't watch yesterday's match. The rules of the engagement are that you at 1806 January, any side can start the war. It has to be a war of conquest or a show superiority war. It cannot be a like trade war or something like that. It has to be a show superior war. It has to be or a conquest war. Okay. Second thing, they are not allowed to stab hit until the war has gone for 7 years. So if they start the war January 1806, no side can stab hit. And if you don't know what a stab hit is, you're not stab hit is when a side gets above 50%, they can send a peace deal for half of the war score. And if the opposing side doesn't accept, they lose stability. And if you send enough, it auto accepts if they run out of stability and admin points to stab up. The other rule is if the game goes to 1821. In 1821, the game just ends. Whatever side has the highest war score by 1821 wins. If a side reaches 99 war score, the war is over. A side wins. So it's really we can see an 1821 game. We almost saw it yesterday. And if it's 0% war score at 1821, it's a forced rematch. 20 years after war starts. Sorry, I forgot the mod changes. The mod changes it. It's 20 years after mod starts. So 1826. January 1826. The game just doesn't auto end. Sealand was able to change that. Well, that's great. That is great.
Oh.
There's no end date.
Look at UK. There's you can see a Russian stack already in Britain.
We saw the Turks do this as well. Send one cannon stack to Britain because Russia has the best cannons on their side.
Yeah, that makes sense. Same for France. I would guess that they're gonna go. That Spain is gonna provide the cannons.
Yeah, it's set teams, guys. It's set teams. For the people that don't know the mod, it's set teams. This is team 1. This is team 2. Team 1, team 2. And there's, of course, straight crossings that don't exist in vanilla for gameplay reasons. Of course, like, there's no army that's going to swim from Minorca to Sardinia. But it's there for gameplay reasons. Let's go in real quick into the VCs real quick to see them. Let's see, we're going in.
They all kill, yeah. I'm just gonna.
There's a skibidi.
Fucking pudding.
All right. Well, that was the Psychriatic ward. VC. You can tell why they're called the Psychriatic ward. And now let's go into the other team's room. Let's hear it. Dead silence. Dead silence. Focused. So focused. They were all quiet. Duality of team. Just pure silence. Focusing. The war is about to start. Pure silence on Yaxa's team. Meanwhile, on Lawrence's team.
It's called psychological warfare, Habibi. You wouldn't get it. Yeah. I mean, I think though Lawrence chose the team name quite well though, if I have to be completely honest.
Yeah. Chad's asking for more of Lawrence's team's comms. Let's listen in again.
I literally giving the stuff for you, Putin. So you need to sub me.
Same.
You're giving
What are you
everything
giving
to
me? What?
the trade.
They are actually
Oh.
We
How are you
actually
giving me the
transferred
trade?
to
Oh.
you.
Nah,
transferred
you're
the
lying,
trade to
man.
you.
You're lying. You're lying.
You're lying,
What
dude.
did-
Yeah.
Seems some arguments going on.
I would expect that.
Yes, they Puriling, the player on Spain, on Italy, doesn't believe Benz, the player on Spain. Some Chinese quotes. Put in your Chinese quotes right now, chat. Put in your Chinese quotes now, and you can last chance to predict. Last chance to predict. Psychriatic Ward at 72,000 channel points. Warrior Sim at 47k. Put in all your points, chat. You can be getting big payouts, big money, big fake
Always
points.
Gamble chat. Imagine how many generals you can be, chat.
And there you can see the build up. The war is gonna start. I'm gonna go speed 2 now for the last 6 months, so they can get everything done and ready. Who's going to win? I'm not gonna make any predictions. That's for you guys to bet on it. But we can see that the French are switching it up, and there are 3 players going for maritime ideas, which means 3 players are going for navy. I think it's gonna be really hard for the Russian side if France starts this war and declare war on Kent. But they gotta know this. They gotta know this. The Russian side needs to be clicking and going, okay, 3 of them have maritime ideas. Russia's gonna get Sea Lion. So, England's gonna get Sea Lion. So either GB's got to overcommit on Navy, just forget Army at the beginning, and just overcommit Navy. He just deleted his transports. Did he take the Royal Marines? He did, okay.
Yeah, he did.
And he also built all of his sailor buildings, it seems. Yeah, he built all the sailor buildings.
Yeah.
No impressment offices, though. I am not impressed. No sailors. He's recovering 3k a month. If he slackens, he'll get even more.
Yeah, but he's not slackening right now. And maybe he's waiting for the war to start, I guess. But...
And here we are, months before war.
Like, he's on 11k sailors, 13k, that's... And interestingly, UK went for the specialized ships instead of the naval engagement. I would have
going for
expected
more
them
men
to
of wars and Galileons. That's a lot of men of wars and Galileons. That no one else has those. Oh, actually, Spain does.
As well.
Spain went for them.
Yeah.
And then it's all
Italy
Galileos.
went for the engagement.
Okay. Is he gonna have time to get the engagement with? He didn't go for court ideas, so no.
Yeah.
He needs 5k troops and you'll get more splendor. Naval engagement on Spain, that's gonna be rough. France went for the absolutism. Naval engagement on Italy, ooh. Place merchant power. Max general fire, max general maneuver, max general cost on Prussia, going for giga generals.
Yeah, Austria went for power production. And Russia went for RD, obviously. That's interesting though, because Spain won't have the RD from back row at the beginning.
It's just galleys on Italy. Okay, yeah, they're gonna go for a big naval play, and now the war is gonna start. France is still drilling. The Russian side here, this could be the deciding factor. They need to start the war. And yesterday, if the Turks went for show superiority, they could have started stab hitting and potentially won yesterday's game, but they went for a conquest war. And the war has begun. French-Prussian War.
There we go.
Take Hamburg. Who decked? It's France decked for Hamburg. Okay, so they're not doing the war goal on GB. And okay, GB are ready, catching a fleet. French fleet sinking.
Yeah, those are light ships. Yeah.
Still gonna play a factor here. But yeah, the CB is on Hamburg, a province in Prussia. So we're gonna see a completely different front. Russia's now moving, mobilizing his troops. We're gonna go speed 3. Speed 3 war. I paused it for the last stage of build-up due to requests of the players, but speed 3 war unless we have laggers. Or we're gonna be here all night. Let's take a quick look at the fort map mode. Whoa. Okay, Austria stopped greeting, but even there's no back forts. He did get this fort. This one's pretty important, the Sobolch fort. That's a pretty important fort, as we saw yesterday. Actually made a huge impact. Prussia only with 2 lines of forts, while the Rhine Confederation has 3 lines. But this could be really rough for the Rhine Confederation if the war is around his area. Both Rhine Confederation and Prussia both don't have that many provinces. So, you know, every occupied province is a big hit for them.
It is. Also, Russia isn't at force limit. And
Russia's
he's
still building.
Not even moved. He's still building, yeah.
I mean, Italy
Looks like
Italy
they're-
is open, but they don't know this. They don't know this. They're just standing. They're waiting. Okay, they're playing defensive. You can see that Warrior Sim here are playing defensive. Are they waiting for a tech? Right, they've taken techs. Okay, Russia hasn't taken tech yet. And
Yeah.
GB is maintaining dominance over the waves. And Russia's here with 30 boats. Russia's playing in the Navy war. I think they caught on. They caught on to the maritime play. Where's the French fleet? Only 42 boats. Okay, so GB is maintaining naval dominance. Is there a fort rule? It's set by the mod. You can't have forts touching each other from the same side. So you can see Prussia and Austria can have forts
Oh, there's
next
a
to each other.
first naval battle.
Oh, and
there you go.
they
Duff
already
for
lost
Italy.
it. Oh, Italy won the first naval battle.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry I interrupted you.
No, all good. It's something important like that. But if you're interrupting me to be like, oh, for dinner today I had a pizza and spaghetti, that's not a good interruption. But if you're interrupting me for a naval battle, that's fine.
I should get myself dinner.
You need dinner yet, dude? It's 10 p.m.
Yeah, I know, but I'm too. Oh, I was meant to be inting, so we were plotting with Vince.
1 per state. Sorry, I mix it up. I mix it up all the time. Yeah,
Yeah, it's 1 per state.
1 per state. You're only allowed 1 fort per state. It's set by the mod. 1 fort per state. The reason for that is that it allows for some interesting maneuvers that are normally not possible with normal forts. Like if you just had spammed forts all in the front line. That's something we saw in the early days of the mod. Is that people would just do a line of forts. You got a foot massage today. Spain no admiral. But GB doesn't have the engagement width. That's gonna really hurt him. 20% engagement width is huge. But even France built an extra line of forts. Usually we just see forts. Oh, naval battle. The British.
Yeah.
Oh, they're actually equally engagement width. And the British admiral is just so good. He's a 654 general admiral compared to 034. Let's look at the boats.
Yeah,
Spain
GB.
is getting
There we
sunk,
go.
and they're now actually cycling the navies. 2 players.
Oof.
And the naval engagement width is so big for Italy. He has a
Italy.
6 admiral. Those ships are damaged. He's going to have to retreat.
Oh, there you go.
And France is ready. France is ready. They can't see this. He's 1 tile away, so they can't see this. They're gonna come in. It seems we're gonna see a sea line. But what I'm confused about is they started the war. If they had sea line, why didn't they start the war on GB? And oh my god, there goes the light fleet. All
Yeah.
the light boats on the bottom of the ocean. It's a very risky play to make the CB on GB. Oh, Spain no admiral. Spain no admiral.
Spain is
and
going in.
ships being sunk on the Spanish side. And GB is
Oh,
actually
it's
one to
stolen.
retreat because he doesn't want to get cycled. Smart play. And now Prussia makes the first aggressive maneuver on the land. They're going to go on the aggressive. Even though the war goal's on Hamburg, they're going to push.
I mean, they know they have to apply pressure to prevent them from, or to limit their ability to sea line.
And GB, he's microing Navy really well. You can see this right here. He's detaching the damaged ships, replenishing the other ships. This is a very different GB play than we saw yesterday. Replenishing his boats. He's doing a blockade on France. Great play from GB. Great play. And he's even got more power in the English Channel now. That's going to help him out economically. He's now making a positive balance, finally. Okay. And they're pushing forward here. It's Russian cannons with some Prussians backing him up. And they even pushed a little bit on the south. Okay, so Russia and Austria are pushing in the south. while Prussia and Russia are pushing the north. A two-pronged attack. This is what we like to see. Oh, not a static front. We're in for a game.
And they're all, yeah. They're
And we are, and GB is maintaining naval dominance while France is still sitting in France with some of his army. I mean, he's got some of it in northern Rhineland, but they're still trying to make some kind of play here. Italy not microing his navy as well as GB. He's not detaching the damaged ships and just going for it. And Spain needs to get a better admiral. He's rolling bad admirals. Okay, that one's not that bad. 6 shock, 3 maneuver. You want maneuver. Maneuver is the most important stat on admirals because it means more engagement with. And the longer the game goes, the longer GB can wait for naval engagement. Oh, another naval battle.
Italy went in with half morale. Yeah, and
is GB ahead on tech? 31, 31, 30, 30. Oh. Italy's missing tech 31. Okay,
yeah,
that's a big
blunder. This is what I was saying before, yeah, about the dip tech.
Was I looking at a general there? Yeah, I was looking at a general. Okay, so yeah, Spain just has no good admirals. He can start rolling for them soon, but he has no dip. That's a big mistake. And then in the north, the Battle of Stade. It's a good battle for them to take. Oh, and Italy fires his discipline event.
Oh,
4 years.
That's fine.
There's no cannons. No cannons in the back row. Do I have the sound? Where's the sound? Where's the sound? It's not working. My stream deck is not working. What the hell? Oh, there you go. There we go. No cannons in the back row.
They finally got cannons in. But the Russian side is... they were reinforcing better before. Now they overstacked a little bit. But reinforcing in this is really difficult. Because of how much damage the cannons do, right?
Casualties on this battle. Massive casualties being taken here. It's looking right now... Okay. Right now, the French side's actually the one doing more damage. So it's different than what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, we saw 2-to-1 casualties for the Russians. But today, it's actually the French side that's doing more casualties. And it's the Russian side with more troops. A lot more troops, actually. Overstacking is better than understacking. And there's the encirclement. Encirclement on Verdun. How's the southern front looking? I'm going to stay tagged in Russia because he's the one that can see both fronts. And it's the French that are pushing. They're taking the initiative. They're trying to reinforce. Where are the reinforcement stacks for the French? They're actually, both sides are running out of reinforcements. And a third battle is taking place. And, oh my god, Rhineland's going to get stack wiped.
Russia's out of reserves. Oh, shit.
There's so much going on. This is actually so hard to follow. There's another battle going over here. Russia, no general. Russia getting strength stack wiped on Lüneburg. Italy is trying to reinforce the Rhine Confederation. No cannons in the back row.
Oof. And that's another stack wipe. That's... Oh, and GB's arriving here as well to try to help. But
He's
he has
landing.
No cannons.
Landing with no cannons.
No cannons, he retreated.
GB still has most of his army on his mainland, but he's slowly shipping some as the threat of Sea Lion has been removed.
Oh, other battle in the south. And they don't have a full back row, the French.
Again, the lack of back rows. The lack of back rows is really going to hurt them. This is a whole half of their army that's not getting defensive stats. You can see the player list here in the top right.
Yeah, there you go. They have Spanish cannons now.
There you go. Spanish cannons are the strong ones on the French side. Russian cannons are the strong ones on the Russian side, but they're not the ones in the front line. And another battle. Oh no, another stack wipe. Spain! Okay, we were seeing a lot of stack wipes already. The madness. But the war goal has been secured by the French side. While the push into Bavaria is continuing. Oh, strength stack wipe. No, I think it was. What is going on? Another stack wipe. What is going on for Lawrence's team?
Oh no. Yeah, this is definitely. Oh, and he's getting attacked as well in the north.
Another stack wipe. No, he reinforces in time.
He
Oh
reinforced
man.
it.
Let's quickly. I'm gonna quickly go. You stay here because those are your teammates.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly go into their VC.
Napapoon, 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 napapoon.
Oh my god.
Put your stuff out. Nice.
They seem pretty civil. They seem
They
pretty
seem pretty
civil.
civil?
Yes, they seem
That would
pretty
be
civil.
out of character.
And Pudeling is actually encouraging his teammates. Very strange. Was not expecting
That's-
that.
What a weird game today, Habibi. But you can tell that it's. I would say it's kind of a lack of coordination on the French side. They still managed to kind of turn it around at the beginning, at least in the north. But the casualties are like starting to take their toll now, and they're definitely in the Russians' favor.
Okay, let's listen to the Russian side now.
Give me a minute. Like everything, like just fucking calm. Everything's fucking.
Well, they're pushing farther into me the longer you take, just so you're tracking.
They're not pushing
But
out.
these guys are being dumb. They literally have infantry on the front line, just without cannon stacks.
So there you go. There's seems to be actually infighting on the Russian side. Prussia's
Naval
getting
battle.
angry that GB is not bringing his entire army to the front line, and Prussia's getting pushed hard. And like we said, Prussia has not that many provinces. Every province he loses, that's less manpower recovery speed. That's less income.
Oh, that's another naval battle. And that's devastating for Spain.
Yeah, it's GB. This GB player has Navy on lock. Oh, GB is actually opening another front. The Royal Marines. The Royal Marines. The Royal Marines have landed. 60k are in North and Galicia, and there's no nearby armies to deal with this. This is a
there's
whole new
nobody
front
there,
opened. A whole nother front open. Meanwhile, Prussia's still getting siege. He needs help. He needs help from his teammates. GB is just taking out his entire army slowly but surely. He's getting his army out. How's GB's sailors looking? He's still pretty low on sailors. He needs to recover 2k, but he's recovering 4k sailors a month. That is massive. Is Spain reacting to this? Is Spain reacting to this? He's building an army. Okay. But is anyone else coming? Italy. Italy's coming to his
They have
rescue.
Italians coming over.
There's no cannons here, and they're just going for it. Oh my god, look at that. Perfect splitting up. Perfect carpet sieging by GB.
This is a really good play by GB, because Spain generally doesn't build forts as well because he's relatively protected.
This is what we like to see here. And even though the Italian army's here, they have no morale, but GB's gonna get stack wiped. He got stack wiped, but he did his damage. And getting stack wiped is actually pretty good in that situation because you still get half of that back. Whatever's left, you get back into your manpower pool. Not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people know that. And they're now dealing with this. They're dealing with it.
They're battling as well in the north.
Massive
That's,
battles.
Yeah.
And it seems now the Russians are pushing back. Prussia's getting unoccupied. -2 battle on Brunswick. The landing did damage. Even though it got stack wiped, it did damage. This is devastation. This is commitment. Micro being moved. That's 200k moving from the front line. More, actually. Almost 300k. And GB is still winning navally. He's now taking on the Italian Navy. But GB decides to retreat so he doesn't get cycled because there's a Spanish fleet right there. That's the most important thing. You need to not get cycled. Taking the positive battles, retreating, fixing your ships, and then going back out. And there's nothing here ready for Sea Lion. So GB is fine on that front.
Yeah, now he can play much more aggressively.
GB is still sitting on his island. Oh, he's actually moving. Where's he going with this? He's got a stack of 160k, and there's also 40k Russians also just chilling there. Is this another stack wipe? What is going on for the French side?
Oh,
Mistake
God,
after
what the hell?
mistake. And another stack wipe. Unmute, idiot.
Oh.
Okay, and now the chaos
got
is happening. Beautyling got muted by his captain. What is going on? Wait, what? Chad needs to see
He got
this.
tired of the auto-tune.
The captain of the Psychriatic ward has muted Beautyling. Chaos on the French side. Let's go into their comms real quick.
It's the guy.
Think of not doing anything.
Pudding,
Or
I don't
AFK.
You're literally
don't
doing
care.
nothing. Please, just do
Shut up,
something.
shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
We really need more troops.
Yeah.
Don't engage, don't engage.
Civil war. Civil
What's going on over
war.
there?
Beautyling is just saying, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. He also turned off the voice changer. That's how you know he's serious. Oh, and GB's going for Holland.
Oh shit, he's crossing.
This could be so dangerous, though. This could be so dangerous for GB. Are they moving the fleet? Spain is moving the fleet. This could lead to GB getting stack wiped, and he's going out for the navy. Oh,
he's going
there
for the
it
naval
is.
battle.
There's
Oh,
the catch.
shit.
She didn't retreat in time.
Oh god.
GB, you need to win the naval battle before your army dies. But that looks like it's gonna be like 140k stack wiped.
Yeah, that hurts a lot.
GB, doing so good on the navy. He's
I mean,
taking this battle here, this naval battle here. One
He's going
gigantic
after the
stack.
Italians.
All right, that's like more than half of his stack. That is. All right, I don't know what's going on here. Big trolls on both sides of the naval battle there, actually. GB doing a giga stack when he can have 2 to cycle. And Italy not retreating before he lost almost all his galleys. More battles happening. War goal still held by the French side. But the battles are going in the favor of the Russian side. They have 11 war score from battles. I mean, that stack wipe isn't the end of the world. Keep in mind, again, yeah, he's actually over his max manpower. Because, you know, that what was that? Like 100k that got stack wiped? 50k go back into your manpower pool. 50k swam. 50k swam.
Swam back. I mean, it was worth a shot still. If that would have worked, that would have been devastating.
Yeah, because there's literally just like maybe 2 forts, and they can connect with GB. 3 maybe. But
Yeah.
GB holding down Navy, very good play by GB. You know, that's what you got to do as GB. You got to hold down Navy. That's your objective. And they're winning on these fronts. The Russians are winning more and more battles, and that's more war score going for them. 12 now. More casualties are being done
Yeah.
by.
The-
Oh, actually, it's the French that are losing more troops.
yeah, they are. That's what I said before. Like that, now the casualty difference is starting to dig. And also you can see that the French have lost 100 more ships than the than the Russian UK side.
Yeah. And there's still, these battles are huge, but it feels like there's not enough troops on the front line. And Russia actually is inching over. Every time Italy moves troops away from its front line. What is Italy doing? Okay, Italy players trolling. I think Italy players actively trolling. 300k sitting in Rome, drilling.
Ah, God. Putin is mad. He's mad.
You bet on the Russians. You bet on the Russians. I'm kind of tired. Another stack wipe. Another stack wipe.
Oof, that is brutal. Yeah. Italy's also sitting on almost max manpower doing nothing.
What is going on? What is going on? And now the Russians are gonna get the war goal already at 18 war score. Once they get this, they're gonna immediately go to 30 war score. And it's 7 years after 1806 they can start doing the stab hits. Is France stacking up admin? He needs to start stacking up admin.
Yeah, he needs to.
He's already went for the
Because
stab cost advisor. Is it vanilla
Yeah,
drilling?
probably.
No, it's not. He's drilling every month. He drills. Every month he's drilling 20, I think. Yeah, 25. So 4 months to fully drill your armies. The idea behind it is so you can drill in between battles,
Yeah.
which is what you should
He's
definitely
just-
do.
Yeah. Italy's just as max drill, just doing nothing. Oh, he stopped drilling. Maybe he's gonna move them.
Let's do a quick MP check. UK at 1 million. Prussia at 400k. Austria at 500k. Russia at 500k. Rhineland at 600k. Italy at 1 million. France at 1 million. Spain at 700k. So maybe they just don't have enough troops. And they're definitely down.
Yeah.
They're down 500k troops. They're down 500k troops on the French side. So they just need more troops. Are they way over their force limit? They're losing a lot of money. Yeah, you can see that. Every guy on the Russians 2 million troops almost. Meanwhile, the French are barely over their force limit. So they're going for the long game. They're going for the long game. Thank you for the sub, Potato. They're going for the long game. It's very hard to sustain double your force limit. And we have 2 players on the Russian side double their force limit. And now we see even UK going 100k over force limit.
Yeah. What would you have done differently, Habibi, if you were in the place of these players?
I wouldn't pick Putiling on my team. Secondly, I would have, like, they went 3 maritime. France didn't build this heavy ship fleet enough early on. Also, Italy and Spain didn't get the diplomatic tech that gives navy morale. So there was like, they went for this like maritime, oh, we'll go maritime and we'll beat GB, all 3 of us, but they didn't commit into it. I really think that that could have worked.
Yeah. And that was the plan originally. I don't know what happened.
And now it's gone to the point where GB has naval engagement, so they lost their edge there. Yeah, did Spain not... Oh, Spain barely explored. That's why his navy tradition was low. That's what... He's rolling admirals, but none of them are going to be that good. Yeah, Spain's admirals really lost them that. And Italy being so behind in diplomatic tech also did not help. They've caught up now. But yeah, that's not looking good.
And they still have a chance to beat the UK Navy, but it's looking a bit bleak now in that department.
Yeah, and
there's
UK
another
is
battle.
just building more and more heavies. More battles in the center. They baited a nice battle on the hills. It's a -2 for the French. And it's the same thing with Prussia. Rhine Confederation's not that many provinces. Every province that gets occupied is so hurtful for the Rhineland. And Rhineland is actually already at half his loan cap. He's the only
that's
person
really
on his
bad.
side that's giga committing. Where's the commitment from France? France could commit way harder. Where's the commitment from Italy? Okay, Italy's committing giga hard now. He's at 1 million troops. Okay, Italy's building up army. Italy's now building up army. And now the French side has more troops. Okay. But he needs to get them to the front line. I mean, there's so many troops here. There's so many troops here. And manpower looking grim for the Russian side. Ooh, this is nowhere near being over. This is nowhere near being over. Battle of Weimar. It's a -1 because it's a fort. And it seems okay. All right. The Psychriatic Ward, they took their meds. And now they're locking in. They forgot to take their meds, obviously. They're in the Psychiatric Ward.
Exactly. Now they're actually reinforcing way better than they were at the beginning.
And UK is still sitting on his island with like 600k, and he's drilling as well. Okay, so Italy and GB are just doing the same thing. They're both doing the same thing. Oh, Italy's still drilling. Still drilling.
Yeah, but these are fresh troops, so he is actually moving them around. Russia also still has 120k just kind of chilling in northern Italy.
He's got to hold that province. It's the hills, and it's another front that they can open. 35 war score here. They now have the ticking. By the time they get full ticking, they'll be able to stab it if they keep getting battles going their ways. Let's look at the war score from battles. It's 27 for the Russian side. 1 million troops on both sides in the Battle of Göttingen.
That's gonna be 4 battles, one next to each other. They're taking another one.
Oh yeah, drilling fresh troops is definitely what you should do. You shouldn't send your troops to the front line. Italy's locking in now. I take it back. Putiling is locked in. He's building new troops, drilling them, taking them to the front line. Drilling new troops, bringing them to the front line. Because the thing is in this mod, And this is actually the play in this mod. And the French side are now turning battles and going on the aggressive here. But no one's reinforcing the Battle of Stad. And, ooh, Rhine Confederation's going to get stack wiped again.
And that's gonna hurt him.
And is this a stack wipe? Oh, almost
No.
another stack wipe as well. So, yeah, but in this mod, since you have such big numbers and armies, if you're not on the front line, you should just full consolidate your armies and build troops, drill those troops, send them to the front line. That's like basically what you should be constantly doing in this mod. Constantly, just full consolidate, build new troops, drill them to 100, bring them to the front line. Drill's really important
it's a
here.
cycle, yeah. Especially for countries like Italy, which have big drill buffs.
Yeah. Rhine is negative 90 prestige, but you know, getting stack wiped a bunch of times does that to you. The pressure is on Rhineland here. Really heavy pressure. The same way the pressure was on Prussia earlier. And now they're going to start again the Battle of Verdun. And what's happening? Okay, there's now 300k more Italians coming.
That's definitely gonna help. Yeah, the Austrians are getting pushed off in the north. And yeah, now it's changing, because you remember at the beginning the French side wasn't really reinforcing properly. Now it's the opposite. Now it's the Russian side that's starting to fail to reinforce correctly.
I think the manpower is also starting to hit them.
Yeah, I mean definitely the French side has way bigger manpower reserves.
Yeah, the Russia's down to 100k. Keep in mind he does reinforce 40k, and there are ways to get like flat manpower in this mod. And Rhine Confederation's gonna get stack wiped again, it seems. Yep. And he's gonna get stack wiped again. What's going on with Rhine Confederation? We've seen so many. He's at negative 100 prestige. These stack wipes are hurting him so much. That's a big hit to his morale. Minus 10 morale.
He's also sitting at max manpower. Actually, no, he isn't. I'm fucking stupid. But Ryan is really important because he's kind of the manpower sponge of the French side due to his ideas.
But they're winning the battles that matter. They're winning the battles that matter. And GB now sending more troops. He's taking his time to do it, but he's sending more troops to the front line. And I think we missed it, but Italy sent his 300k to fight Russia with no morale and ended up losing a battle, even though he had double the numbers, because he just ran in with no morale. So now he's back to drilling.
This Putti guy.
The pressure's on, and definitely being in the VC right now is not helping.
Yeah, but this is why co-ops are so crucial on this, because it's completely impossible to manage all these troops and continuously dev and like build new troops and consolidate and drill and reinforce correctly.
Ooh, no, lost battle now. Let's look at the war score from battles. It's negative 11. Okay, so the French turned it. Is Rhineland getting sack wiped again? Okay, oh. That wasn't looking good for a second, but he might get this army stack wiped. What is he
Has
hitting
zero
this?
guys sitting on that fort.
What was that even?
He just had it was just an imaginary. It was just an army that just existed on paper that was just sitting on that fort.
Okay, Italy, your troops are max drilled. You can move them.
If he moves it now.
You can move them.
Oh look. Like he has troops back in northern Italy. It's either to drill them or to consolidate them or to try to get that Russian stack off of him. And there's another battle in the north. And they don't have full cannons. No, they do.
And they retreat.
Yeah, they just left.
And Italy is sending all his troops back home to drill. Oh wait, GB has now moved most of his army to the front line. And Russia's moved back all of his troops.
Again, another naval battle. Does Spain have the tech now?
It's a big admiral difference. A big admiral
Yeah.
difference.
That's what making the difference now, yeah.
And Spain actually didn't go for the naval engagement. He went also for specialized ships. Interesting. Battles in the north.
Oh.
And Austria almost getting strength stack wiped. A lot of skirmishing. Sorry. I shouldn't be eating candy while casting.
You're making me hungry.
It's just candy. It's just candy. But it's just a bunch of skirmishing happening now, and now both sides are like calming down, reinforcing, drilling their armies again. You can see even Russia's back in the back line drilling his armies.
Yeah. Also, French side now has ticking war score again. So if nothing happens, they're gonna get positive war score again.
Nothing ever happens.
Nothing. I mean, this kind of was nothing ever happens at the beginning.
0 manpower Russia. 0 manpower Russia. And he's attrition.
0 manpower Italy as well.
Wait, what? How? Okay.
Except if observe is bugged. Is he actually on 0 manpower?
Yeah, he is.
Damn.
They all died from drilling.
That's what training does to you.
What is Rhine? Is Rhineland Confederation being like, yeah, come stack wipe me more?
I don't know what LeBron is doing.
Oh,
You know, he was actually very close to not playing this evening.
really?
Because he's playing a nation in his Levic game and he couldn't find a sub. I found him a sub last second.
Okay, okay.
Casualties, the casualty differences, like they have 2 million more losses on the French
Okay,
side.
and now GB's going for more plays. Okay, this is what we like to see. He landed on Sardinia, got pushed out, and now he's landing on Malta. He's gonna get it. The Italians will not reach in time. Okay,
Oh,
he decides
no
not to go
way.
for it. I think he would have gotten it. Maybe not. Just trying to divert micro-taxing Italy. It's not like Italy's doing anything right now, but he's micro-taxing Italy.
Yeah, that's a smart play. Especially since he's building more ships now, so he should be safe in the English Channel.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, he has that Spanish fleet just staring at him at the dock.
That's a lot of
Even
ships in
France-
the Mediterranean. Now would be a
Yeah.
good time for the Italian galley fleet to wipe it, but Italy lost his entire fleet. Italy lost
wait,
his
he did?
entire fleet.
Oh shit, he did.
Yeah. They've like, it seems they've given up on their naval play because Spain's not rebuilding navy, Italy's not rebuilding navy, and France is also not building navy. So now GB's just has free reign of the waters.
Yeah.
He has ships at home.
That's-
He does.
Yeah, and that's a massive thing.
He has 100 ships at home, which is more than the Spanish side, so he's fine. He can commit all of this here and be fine. Let's
Would
look
be
at the
funny if
money.
they try to sneak to Norfolk.
Okay, 1/3 of his loans on Prussia, 1/4 of his loans on GB, half his loans on France, 1/5 of his loans on France.
Over
One-
half on Spain.
So little on Italy. 1/3 on Austria, and 1/4 on Russia. So everyone has a lot of juice here, except for Spain. Spain's like really hurting on loans and money.
And his income's kind of low, I feel like, compared to all the other.
I mean, he's getting blockaded. He's getting devastated. He doesn't have prosperity like the other guys.
Yeah,
and there's
that's
another
because
battle.
of the-
Oh, the Austrians crossed.
Oh
Thus,
shit!
they could get stack wiped here. Maybe not though, because there's no fort up like this. So maybe he can retreat to the north. And they're just stopping the reinforcements. France is just stopping the
But
reinforcements.
don't have the back
Italian.
row.
It was too early. If you were trying to stack wipe there, that was too early. Now they have
Italians. Yeah, they retreated.
no. Oh! What's going on? Oh, they made it. Does stack wipe? It does. He's locked in. Oh, this could be a big throw from the Russian side. They're doing it too early though. Just wait for the battle to finish. Wait for the battle to finish. But they also have to stop the reinforcements, which they're doing. France is doing that beautifully. You have to see when he's arriving. 7th of February. Go for it again. And that's a stack wipe. Oh my god.
That
was
massive.
devastating.
That is 500k troops. Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
That was a massive stack wipe, chat.
Yeah, that was 2/3 of the Austrian army just gone.
Oh.
That's gotta really hurt.
He's making money at least. 400k stack wipe. Holy. That was a huge throw. How's Russian manpower looking? Still looking not so great. Also, his nobility are pissed off right now. Should probably summon a diet because they're giving him minus recovery speed. The war goal is still on the side of the French, but the positive war score is on the side of the Russians because they've won most of the battles. Even though they just got 400k stack wiped, which did give a huge chunk of war score. That was a perfect tick by the French
They're going
player.
for the battle in Treviso.
The captain of France really wants to win. Oh, they're going for the crossing. 800k. He's assaulting the fort. Britain is getting sea lioned even though he has naval dominance. It's over. He's on Britain. Even though Britain had the naval superiority, he was so focused on other points of the map.
He's still drilling. He's still drilling.
London getting rushed. That's 800k French. Oh wait, the Russian side has to go now. Russian side has to push now. Russian side has to go now.
That's what they're doing.
GB needs to take all of his loans now. How did that happen? You had the boats, dude. But he's out of sailors.
That's what I was telling you. That's what I was telling you before. They probably snuck over or something.
He was out of sailors.
Oh shit. Yeah. And he's taking max loans now. He knows what's up.
They're giving up GB. You know, they're taking max loans. They're giving up on him.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense in this case. There isn't really much they can do now. They're even rushing the fort in northern England. Right now he's just trying to build as many troops as he can.
And they're taking the Battle of Mallorca. They're one island off. If GB was on Ibiza, that'd be realistic, right, chat? Because that's where all the British people go to vacation. Oh, he's actually gonna lose the battle? Oh, this battle's so close.
That's an L for it.
But they're fine. They just retreat because they own both sides.
Yeah.
Oof.
He's just gonna exile himself to fucking Mallorca.
I mean, he can hold Ireland. It's not like GB from yesterday, but he's out of sailors. He needs to delete some boats. He's using way too many boats. He's out.
Yeah.
All of his boats are attritioning.
They have to be careful though, Habibi, because this happened in one of our test games where the French side actually lost because they went into UK and they were focused on that.
I mean, while that was happening, the Russian side was able to get the war goal, and now they're pushing hard into Rhine. They're pushing so hard into Rhine.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. And so now you can see they have way too many troops in UK right now. They don't need that many.
Yeah, Italy's here too. Look, guys, I'm useful. France basically did that all on his own, but Italy's there like for consolation prize.
Poor Putin.
Yeah, and now like Austria losing his army was really hurtful, but he's built back up. But these are undrilled troops. But Russia's now also coming back to the front line with full drilled troops.
Yeah, they're fully sieging UK.
He's gonna hold Ireland. That's what
yeah, they just need to be smart. Yeah, they just need to be smart about how they try to box him into Ireland, so he doesn't either discreetly cross with his navy or do some shenanigans.
Yeah, and GB needs to delete some boats. He still has like an army of 160k, just chilling on a boat. I mean, the Spanish side is gonna have the constant pop of naval invasion imminent. His naval fleet is attritioning so hard. No sailors. You need to delete boats. Deleting boats gives sailors back. You can
Oh, and
already
there's
see
battles
it.
now in Germany. Looks like the northern one is going to France, to the Russians. Sorry.
And the
The
Russians
other
are
one,
winning
they're
these
not
battles.
reinforcing. Why are they not reinforcing that? There we go. They're reinforcing. But this is.
Okay, these battles, 3 battles: Battle of Stad, the Battle of Verdun, the Battle of Cell. I don't know how to pronounce that one.
Celia.
Sadly. But the cannons, you know, it's not Spanish cannons that are fighting most of these battles. They're only fighting one of the battles, and Spanish cannons are really the big advantage the French side has. Zell.
Yeah, they're not. They don't even have a full back row.
The Battle of Venmo, right here. Yeah.
Oh, they're taking another battle in the south.
Yeah, the UK Marines are back home. The UK Marines are back home. And now that France is sending its troops back, this is enough to take back GB. But they will react immediately. That's the problem. Every time you push forward, they'll push back. And losing battles right now is not the play for the French side. That is not the play. It's gonna just keep hurting them, and they're keeping these battles going and starting new battles. That's just gonna give more and more war score to the Russian side. And even though GB is like mainly occupied right now, Rhine Confederation is gonna start getting occupied here.
Yeah. Right now, what they need is to go on the defensive and just hold out.
And there you go.
No, they still have the war score.
GB is going for the battle to retake England. And you know, all of the French side troops are probably locked in here. I don't even think he reinforces this. The French quality though is insane compared to GB's. Or no, he just went in without cannons. No cannons in the back row again.
And those are Russian cannons.
There's the Russian cannons.
Also, you can see that Spain's navy is still being blockaded in Normandy, so he can't actually do anything funny in the Irish Sea.
France is trying. You can see France is trying. France is trying, but it's GB just needs to put his battle fleet in St. George's and then in North Channel, and then he can't get stack wiped. But that also, there's no fort on Ulster. He's building it now. Oh, but that means that France could go immediately after winning the battle. I mean, GB can just go again. Who's gonna win this battle? France is shattering. Are they bringing more reinforcements? I mean, they're so focused on Rhineland. They're focusing on Rhineland, and they're focusing on the south. They're focusing on the north. There's 2 battles happening at the same time, and GB wins the battle. GB is now retaking Scotland.
What a game! And they lost in the south as well. That northern battle isn't looking great for them either.
The north battle. Where are the French troops? He's got a lot of manpower. Rhineland is running out of manpower, and he's now taking out his mercenaries. Okay. This cannot be good for Rhineland.
Well.
Ooh, Rhineland is 2/3 of the way towards bankruptcy. He didn't take out all of his loans when he started getting sieged, and every single siege is going to make his loan cap go smaller. I think this might be the time for Rhineland. If they lose this battle, here, the Battle of Ravensburg, I think it's time for Rhineland to just take out max loans.
Yeah, they should. Spain is also 20 loans away from bankruptcy now.
How are they losing so much money?
Italy, meanwhile, is on 43 loans out of 192. France can still take a lot more debt.
This is not looking good for the French side.
Yeah, it's looking bleak. Italy is still on 0 manpower as well, which just impairs his ability to do shit. And there's more battles. All of the Italian troops are in GB now. And he's... Oh, are they abandoning the UK? They might be. Yeah, they just abandoned the UK.
Yeah, now the Russian side can start sending stab hits. They can,
Yeah.
yes, they can now. It's been 7 years. No, it's 7. It's 7. It's 7.
Yeah, this is what I was telling you about GB basically before, is that they committed in UK and so they lost battles in Germany.
Here's the stab hits. Pretty sure they can.
It's Duxa. The chance of him trolling is pretty high.
You can stab it.
Can we
You can stab it.
We can stab it?
You can stab it.
Okay, okay. Lying little shits.
They can stab it. They can stab it. And now this is looking very grim. The only way they can stop these stab hits is if they get Hamburg.
Yeah, and that's...
The white piece
They have
stab
to-
it.
They have to get through a lot of troops to get that to there. Oh, and France is starting to lose stab now.
Ooh. These are, I mean, it's not the most expensive. Once he gets down to 0, it's not going to be that
Yeah.
expensive. And he has also points saved up.
Yeah, but
No
still,
one
it's
being the
it's
table
a
controller.
time bomb. It's a ticking time bomb.
He can stab it twice from Holy See. They need to move now. This is their only chance. They need to get Hamburg to stop the ticking war score. It's too many lost battles. Oh, it's at -45. You know what that means? That means the Russian side has won so many battles that even if the French side win, like, let's say 4 or 5 next battles, there's still going to be a -45. The only hope for
Oh.
them is Hamburg. It's Hamburg.
And you can see they're pushing aggressively now towards it. They know it.
And they got to go now. It doesn't matter your income. Doesn't matter your money. You're going to lose. Rhineland going full committal, but he didn't take his loans. He didn't take his loans. Rhineland's actually now going to bankrupt because he didn't take out max loans. Rhineland only 10 months away from bankruptcy.
Oh, God.
Oh. Spain also so
Look,
close to bankruptcy.
He's building more troops.
Italy
He's
out of
less than
manpower.
a month. Oh, God. Can Lawrence save this?
Oof.
Yeah, Habibi, it's because they didn't have me that they're losing trust.
No general. No general. And Rhineland is now debasing tax.
He's desperate. He needs to reoccupy some of his land. Even in the south, it's undefended just a little bit.
France, you need to step up. France, you need to step up. Oh yeah, you can only do that at peace. Again, forgot about that change. Gotta step up. They can send
France
money
is
to
not
each
even
other
halfway.
before the
Yeah.
war, but like when the war starts, everyone's losing so much money that money's not possible. One tech that I did see was that people know which nations bankrupt first and which don't, and you subsidize before you start losing money.
Yeah, and that's smart.
Yeah.
You can see in this case that France is quite well off financially still.
Yeah.
He is not even halfway to his loan cap.
You just like before the war starts, you subsidize like 50 or 100, and that helps them out.
Yeah.
Ryan, they're
Spain
trying to
is
take the
so
battles.
close.
And it's just not looking good, even though the Russians are out of manpower, the Austrians are out of manpower. GB is now
Yeah, they're-
completely reclaimed his islands,
Yeah, they're overstacking like motherfuckers as well.
and the stab hits are rolling in. Let's stay on French Pov. He's got 3 stab hits right now queued up. That's -3 stability. He focusing admin. He needs to remove maybe one of these. Remove the construction costs at least. Blunder by the French player. Oof. Okay, they won a battle, but yeah, it's too little too late. They're at -45, even though they're winning
Like, he
battles
can
now.
also
That's what
stab
I'm
him
talking about.
twice still from the Pope thing, remember?
No, he can't. He can't. It's disabled
Oh,
at
he can't
war.
anymore.
It's disabled at
It's
war.
disabled piece. Oh shit.
Whoa, 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 whoa! The Russians are running out of troops. They need to rush Stad. They need to rush Stad. They need to rush Stad. You need to rush Stad. And Prussia didn't change the forts. Prussia didn't change the forts in Lower Saxony. Minus 100. Oh, there's no cannons here. Prussia didn't change his fort setup after the war started like we saw yesterday. It's the Russians are crumbling. The Russians are crumbling.
Is this the end sieg?
2 stab hits. 2 stab hits. They need to win Stad. Where's the reinforcements? Oh my god. Austria's not reinforcing. He's out of manpower. So is Russia. GB needs to send all of his army now. They're rushing it. They're rushing Stad. They're rushing Stad. They're rushing Stad. They got it. They're going to go for the war goal. But they're getting caught. They're getting caught. They're getting caught.
After having rushed the fort.
Prussia's at 1 million manpower, but Austria's at 0. Russia's at 0. That's what I'm talking about, chat. And they're going to just sit on the war goal and keep sending stab hits. But they lost so many battles. It's still plus 45 for the Russians.
Oh, shit.
And they're just running in troops. They're the panic. They're just panicking. No, not like this.
No.
Lawrence, Psychriatic War, not like this. You guys had the man advantage, but they're just rushing all of their troops in. One stab it in. That was a big blunder running in 700k into one tile. We say overstacking is better than understacking because that is the case. That is true. But 700k into one tile. Come on, guys.
Oh, they need to win that battle if they don't.
And Britain is shipping all his troops. Britain is shipping all his troops. Britain is shipping all his troops. Prussia's still with a lot of men. This is where you just go all in as Prussia. This is where you just go all in. Just make like 500k troops. You need men in the front line. Oh, and he's running out of stab. He's running out of stab, chat. Okay, he did find ways to get more stab cost reduction. They need more troops on the front line.
Yeah, they need to build more right fucking now.
This is their only chance. And in this moment, we're just gonna pop into the VC.
Reinforce
Surely they'll bankrupt as well, guys. Surely.
Yeah, sure.
Surely.
No. Looks have failed us.
What's the atmosphere like?
They're saying surely the other side will bankrupt first.
Surely.
They're coping. It's not looking good.
They're coping.
Oof. Some big mistakes there,
lost.
and they got cut and Verdun.
Yeah, it's looking bleak now. Very bleak indeed. France is almost out of admin. Yeah, now Rhineland is barely over Forstland. And he knows he's gonna bankrupt and he's out of manpower.
These are the final moments. Out of admin, 2 stab hits queued up. That's going to put him at -3. That means just 1 more stab hit. I mean, he could potentially stab up 1 more time. And he's using these last critical moments to dev dip. There's still a corridor that you can go. If you split this army, take a battle in Hoya, take a battle in Stad, hold in Verdun. Then take a battle in Meppen. There's a chance.
Yeah, he also has -2 admin right now because of policies.
Yeah, he didn't turn off his policies. He still has the construction cost.
Yeah, that's a misplay.
I mean, he could have removed maybe like the tech cost and the construction cost earlier on. We saw the war was going bad. Yeah, there's a stack on the war.
Oh, he's at -3. He's taking.
And this is the last stab hit.
Oh, France just took max loans. I mean, it's because of the interest.
Yeah. They're trying. They're doing the maneuver that I just said.
Oh, they're going for another one? Ah, shit.
It's over.
It's so over. What a game, though.
GG. GG, and that's another team out of the 4v4 arena tournament. Another player out, chat. What a match.
Yeah, what a game they gave us.
They're saying one more. And let's now take a look at the bracket. Yesterday we saw NA Compy OnlyTurks, and now we saw Warrior Scene beat the Psychiatric Ward. Tomorrow, catching us tomorrow, where we'll have 2 matches tomorrow. We will have How Did We Turn Polish versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Funny Funny versus Polska Gram. Let's pay all your guys' points now. Who do you think is gonna win this tournament? Oh my god, dude, so many points. Is Zlevik and Polska Gram? No, but it's a bunch of the Poles from Zlevik server. We can take a quick look at the teams, just so you guys, if you recognize some names. And Lawrence of Arabia is the next team that's out. Polska Gram is Axel, Costa, CK Potato, Jean Paul Segant, Miskuzi, and Zeb PL. Who do you think is gonna win this tournament? Anyways, let's do our final interviews.
Habibi, how did they land on GB, by the way?
Yeah, the boats were not out. That's how.
They weren't.
Oh,
They
okay.
were out though.
They weren't. We were literally watching it, and we were like, "What is
Oh,
GB
no.
doing? It's not
No.
looking." They weren't out.
I wasn't looking. That's true.
Yeah, what did you tell your team? Oh, they somehow
I thought they were
got
out
on
the whole
GB.
Yeah, he was like, they exploited it.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay, all right. Well, give me like 5 minutes. Let me interview the losers first. Lawrence. Hello. You played really well, man. I can't say the same about your teammates. What was going on?
No. Well, listen, I picked chaos and I got chaos, so
Did you have fun?
can't really complain. I did have fun, yeah. Now I can
Alright.
sit back and relax and watch, hopefully, Yusuf lose.
And you
Well.
can also co-cast.
Exactly. It's actually a win. It's my plan all along.
He wanted to co-cast all along, so he drafted Pudiling and LeBron on his team.
Exactly.
What do you think went wrong?
Daniel. Well, I think Italy having a war chest for the first, I don't know how many years. We wasn't committing. Spain not engaging half the time. What else? Oh, Spain didn't have any forts either, so GB could see half siege them. And I think also we focused GB a bit too much. Also, LeBron didn't take max loans early enough.
All right, and what do you think went right? What did you think you guys did well?
I didn't see. What's the? Did you see the casualties? I didn't see the casualties. Can someone?
You guys did have higher casualties in the beginning, and then you lost it.
Yeah.
Well, mainly due to stack wipes. There was like a series of stack wipes where Ryan, Spain, and Italy were taking turns getting stack wiped.
Honestly,
have to watch the
considering
VOD.
that, considering that Russia's supposed, the Russian side usually does more damage. I think we did fine in damage wise. Obviously landing in GB is fine, but that's just GB messing up. That's not really something we did correctly.
All right, and I saw you guys went triple maritime. Why didn't you build a fleet?
Who do us?
Yes. We thought you guys were going to start the war and put on GB and hard focus GB, because you talked about that yesterday. But the war goal on GB and you full siege him, you can get 100%.
That's true. But I had no intention to do that. I mean, GB built this navy and he did nothing with the navy. So
I mean, he have sieged Spain.
True. I'd say that's more Spain's fault than GB's, honestly. But I don't even notice. But I had to build forts in Spain instead of him because I was overlord. So I built sports in Spain. I built sports in Italy, and I was building crowd sports everywhere.
Yeah,
All
you
the
guys.
time.
France was definitely doing a lot in this one, but in the end, you weren't able to carry. Who do you think is gonna win the tournament?
I think it's between the Polish team and the Bergs team.
The Polish team and Berg's team. Okay.
And then I think the Abu Abbas team will come like close, but I think they'll lose like barely. Because all three of them have, well, two of them play this a lot, and then one of the teams just has the better players.
You're talking about funny.
Yeah, I mean they're literally playing right now, like as we start the game.
All right. Well, thank you. We'll probably be seeing you as a co-caster in some future games. Thank you for playing. I hope you had fun. And yeah, are you going to bring the stack back for the EU4 Arena season?
Maybe. But you'll have to ask the stack more than you have to ask me. I'll be honest. I heard you kept popping in the VCs to see how the VC was.
I wanted to hear your VC, and there was a very big difference between your VC and there was one point where I popped into your VC, and Putiling was just singing, and then I popped into the other team's VC, and they were all quiet. It was like right before the war. They were all quiet, locked in.
We were saying just as we lost that the reason we lost was because Putiling stopped singing.
I mean, yeah, you guys were doing good in the beginning.
You know, he wasn't cheerleading hard enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for playing. See you around. Hello, Sir Kane.
Oh, hello.
Congratulations on the win to you and your team. How do you feel after that match?
I wish I did more damage, honestly. I wanted to invade France and even go into Italy, but I was worried from the start that I would get like sea lined, like from the start. Because when they decked 1806, I was completely expecting to struggle to survive even.
Yeah, and
But then they had no navies and they
you-
had no navy tradition, so that was it.
you maintained naval dominance pretty well there, even though 3 of them were building navy. That was pretty good. Did you like notice their ideas and then were like, oh, they're gonna come for me?
Yeah, my allies said they had 3 people on maritime, and that really made me focus hard on navy at the start. It's why I never really went to 700k, 800k until the war had already been a few years in. And it's partially why once I did win navally, I only sent like 200k east because I was already committed navally. I didn't really want to invade into the Med because I didn't know how much more they had. I think my allies would have benefited more if I just sent troops there. So that's what I did.
Yeah. And are you guys confident that you can go all the way? How's you and your team feeling?
I mean, we still have a lot to improve on. Like my GB isn't the best yet. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
We're still worried about Funny because they have a lot of good players, and I always play with them, and they're pretty good. So, yeah.
And so Funny is the team that you're most worried about facing on the finals, right?
Well, I've never gone against the Polish people either, so that's something I'm interested in as well.
Yeah. Word around the streets, they're really good.
I've
Even
never.
Lick Krieger is very worried about facing them.
Of course, yeah, I'd be too.
Yeah. So out of Kruder's team and Weezer's team, which team would you want to face off against?
Oh, I don't really care.
You don't really care.
Yeah, we'll beat them both.
You'll beat them both. Okay. What do you think your team did really well in this match? What do you think that like your team like had locked down?
Well, when they heard I got sea lion, they really started pushing aggressively, and the enemy team collapsed off that. So that was all I could really ask for. They also didn't get pushed early on, but yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, good luck in your match on Saturday. You're going to be fighting. Oh wait, I messed up. You're not fighting against How Do We Turn Pro to Cleveland Cavaliers. I was talking about Funny or Polska Guram. You're definitely gonna have a hard match in front of you on Saturday, no matter who you face off against. Good luck to you and your team. And we'll see you on Saturday.
Okay.
Bye. Yeah, there's 2 Polish teams, but it's like kind of a joke because that's why their name is that. As you can see, How Did We Turn Polish? It was Kruder Badwolf as captain, but then he flew to Sydney, so he made Karma the captain. But it's Karma, Kruder Badwolf, Bergensen, Hunt, Tortilla, Minstrel. These 3 players are Polish. So they ended up drafting 3 Polish players. But yeah, there's some really insane teams. Like Weezer's team is going to be a very strong team. Lick Krieger's team is also a very strong team. I think Didi Wang's no longer playing, and it's now Drazi Man. And, Axel's team is very scary. Everyone keeps talking about how their team is very strong. They're probably the dark horse of the tournament because not a lot of people know them because they play in their own community. And the Lick Krieger's team is also a very experienced in the mod. Like, not necessarily the strongest players, no offense to these guys, but they play the mod a lot. And that's going to be a big advantage to them because they know the mod so well. I would say Lick Krieger is probably one of the best players in EU4 arena teams. So, yeah, I really, really want to see the match between these 2 guys, which is what we're going to do. We're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to play a little bit of Vic 3 multiplayer, and then we're going to watch that match tomorrow. I don't think we'll be able to catch this match because they still haven't given me like a time. They said, we're going to play tomorrow. And then I say, okay, what time? And then they were like, we don't know. And it's like, guys, I'm trying to broadcast all the matches. I let them decide so they can organize and get good times to play. And then the semifinals and finals have a set time. But yeah, I don't know, chat. I'm not going to interview LeBron and Pudiling. I'll just end it with talking to them. LeBron is gone already. He's already gone. All right. That's the end of today's stream, guys. Thank you for watching. Come back tomorrow where we're going to have more EU4 Arena. Saturday, more EU4 Arena. And Sunday, more EU4 Arena. And that's it. LeBron is not around. Here, I'll do something better. No, and Puduling's not around too. Oh, okay. We got Puduling and we got Uncle Ben's. Don't leave. I'm moving you. Stop Okay, he doesn't want it. I keep moving him and he just leaves right away. So there you go. He doesn't want it. Blame Pudiling, not me. Why did no one go UK after France took it all? Because they were really focused on the front line. At the same time they sieged UK, Russia, Prussia, Austria started pushing really hard on the front, and UK shipped some troops too. So they refocused on the front. All right, guys. See you.